the criminal justice system is made up of a number of entities. Each plays a different role in a system designed to address the community's expectation that people who break the law are punished and face appropriate consequences, and that victims of crime are treated with respect and sensitivity. When a crime is committed and the alleged offender apprehended, the criminal justice system commences operation. It is a continuum along which the alleged offender will travel, with the point of departure and destination dependent upon their innocence or guilt and the nature of their crime. Along this continuum, there are numerous different agencies that play important and varying roles. The first interaction that an alleged offender would have with the criminal justice system would be with the police. Officers are tasked with investigating alleged crimes. They gather evidence to identify the alleged offender or offenders, and they may do a number of things, but ultimately the police will either arrest and charge the offender with the criminal offense or report the offender for the criminal offense. Then there is the prosecution, who sometimes it's done by police themselves, and in our case there is the Crown Prosecuting Service that is manned by police officers. But the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions is an independent statutory body established under the Constitution to undertake prosecutions of offenses against the laws of St. Kitts and Nevis. Generally, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions prosecutes the more serious matters at the High Court, but they can oversee and do oversee complex and sometimes sensitive matters in the Magistrates' Court as well, or in youth court. The defense is also part of our criminal justice system. How people defend our legal profession are involved in the criminal justice system, as also once someone has been committed to proceedings, there is a trial that is involved in our courts, either at the Magistrates' Court level or the High Court level, so that members of the magistracy, the judiciary, are also part of our criminal justice system. And all of these impact upon how we treat with and deal with the criminal justice system. Ultimately, we have the correctional services, the prisons. Once a person is sentenced, the administration of that sentence is the responsibility of our prison service. And it strives to make the community safer by protecting the public, but also by attempting to reduce reoffending through the safe, secure management of offenders, and should also be involved in the rehabilitation and reintegration of our prisoners back into society. There are other issues which, as a criminal justice system, we as a community, we as a nation, must be very concerned with. One such is recidivism, the reoffending of persons who have been to prison. Do they slide back to go back to prison into crime? And so one of the issues that must be confronted by us as a society is why and how is it that many of our young who commit crimes reoffend and continue to offend. As a government, we have to be very conscious that we manage and monitor what happens in the criminal justice system. We have to develop and implement policies, and ultimately, we have to go to Parliament having drafted laws that would improve on existing laws, strengthen, as it was, the very systems by which we want to manage crime in our society. If we have to improve, make more efficient the criminal justice system, we must consider how we reform it. And no priority can be afforded to any one agency or any element of the criminal justice system. We have to ask, and we must insist, that we have to view the criminal justice system as a whole and to consider the system from every perspective. The whole of the criminal justice system must be seen as greater as any one part or the sum of its parts, so that we in the Criminal Justice Strategic Board that is to be launched today is mandated to have a holistic view of the criminal justice system. We have to improve the service delivery and ensure that this service delivery is fair and just. We must work to increase public confidence in the criminal justice system. Obviously, we have to work very hard at improving the efficiency of the criminal justice system. Where possible, we have to work to reduce costs of the system and to constantly build improvements in the capability of the system. Finally, as I close, I want to speak to one of the issues that has to be seen as important to our work, and that is where we have to be very conscious of justice for victims and witnesses and their involvement in the system as well. It's an area that we must pay considerable attention to. There are a number of problems that are facing us in our criminal justice system at this time. Questions of delay, the time it takes for matters to be dispensed of by our courts, the number of people on remand in our prisons that for some would be unacceptable, so that the system must be more effectively working to reduce these numbers of people on remand, that people who are held by the prison can have their matters tried quickly, be sentenced quickly, and be dispensed of. Because when we think of it, if we are to have a proper criminal justice system, a fair and just system underpins a strong and resilient society. And as I close, I would just like to say that the key to such a system, that we must have an effective and efficient justice system, which is the key part of any civil society. Thank you.